Artemis Toast here, and what we're gonna do is another all kinds of awesome album review. I'm gonna do what I have been doing the last couple uh, all kinds of awesome trademark album reviews. Um, is like a special edition or a unique packaging, something along those lines. Not really gonna get into the audio aspect of it, but rather whether it's a compilation or special edition or special packaging. Like I showed the Tool 10,000 Days, and I showed that Jack White solo uh, LP, the Ultra LP Lazaretto. Both were all kinds of awesome. Follow. We're gonna do a CD collection today from one of those, all kinds of awesome like grunge bands, of the early '90s, and it is Music Bank by Alice in Chains. Now, I mentioned it in a previous video that I was going through some of my items I've accumulated over the years. Being a roadie and traveling the country, and I spoke of if a special edition or a compilation, with unique packaging such as this comes about. I think it's all kinds of awesome, trademark, and I get it. This was actually released in October of 1999. So this is next month will be what 17? Wait, yeah, 17 years old. Am I right? Yeah. So it's it's been around. I bought it brand new, knowing me probably the day it came out. They call it Music Bank, and it's in this cool packaging that actually looks like a safe from a bank. Got your combination dial there, and what looks like hinges. Once again, this is in kind of rough shape. I bought it to listen to, not to collect. So you see right there, it's all jacked up. But it happens. It doesn't keep it from being all kinds of awesome, trademark. There's 4 CDs in here. They're stacked one on top of the other. I'll show you in a second. There's actually a little spacer at the bottom too, to bring it all the way up to the top, so that the book actually fits in there nicely. The book itself, pretty thick book. It's kind of both a picture history and written history of the band. The songs that are a culmination of their career. And stories behind the songs, with a lot of their a lot of interesting photography of the band. There's like basically talks about how the band was born in 1987. Well, once again, a history of the band, both in the songs that as they progressed as a band. Basically both a photo journal and written word journal of the band's history up to this point in 1999. I can't remember if I can't remember if Lane Staley was dead yet at that point. Had passed away at that point. I got the interwebs right here. Let's see. October 26, 1999 is when this album came out. Lane Staley. Okay, so he actually passed away, unfortunately, at the young age of 34 in 2002. So he was around when this was released. I remember there's this one song. It's song one, disc one. Um, that they. I think they created specifically for this album, or it was an unreleased track from before, called "Get Born Again." It was really popular on the radio at that time. You know, classic Alice in Chains jam. If you click on this link, if you're watching this video, you're an Alice in Chains fan, I'm sure. So you already know that they're all kinds of awesome, trademark. The remaining members, the late Lane Staley, and the other guys, and of course Jerry Cantrell, all kinds of awesome. They have different pictures on each cover of each CD. If I'm not mistaken, that three-legged dog, it was on one of their CDs. I can't remember which one. It was actually on that the album itself too. Belonged to one. I don't know if it was Jerry Cantrell's dog or belonged to one of the members. But disc 1 through 4, each disc is a different color, and all 4 of them look like the dial to the combination dial. They are in bad shape. I've had it since it was new, but fortunately, I'm happy to say that I do have all 4 of the CDs, the book and the box. That normally doesn't happen over darn near 17 years. Disc 4 was actually kind of cool. I tried playing it in my laptop, but this came out in 1999. So unfortunately, I'm sure I could run a program that will make this disc work. But I'm on a PC running Windows 10 because it was free. But unfortunately, it doesn't work. Once again, I'm sure I can make it work, but I just tried, shortly before I started this video. But once again, it has all their tremendous songs. Get Born Again, I mentioned. Bleed the Freak, We Die Young. Man in the Box, great jam. Sea of Sorrow has a unreleased demo of it. Rooster, unreleased demo from 1991. Got Me Wrong, Fear the Voices, Them Bones, great song. Another version of Rooster, Angry Chair, Godsmack, which ironically, that band that had that song Voodoo's, called Godsmack. I read somewhere that they might have been inspired for that name by that song by Alice in Chains. Wood, great song. I Stay Away. That's one of my favorites because it has that string, that build-up kind of section. Down in the Hole, oh man, that's a great song. Hate to Feel, Grind Again, Heaven Beside You, great. That's a great vocal use of. That's one thing you definitely say about. No disrespect to the current lineup, but that legendary lineup of Cantrell and Staley. Two distinctly different voices, but they harmonized well and it complemented each other well. And I think Heaven Beside You is a good example of the way they could do that. But once again, it's all kinds of awesome. Released back in 1999. Alice in Chains Music Bank 4 CD kind of compilation greatest hits. For all those diehard collectors, they're probably cringing at the condition and the way I'm treating this, but you'll see with my records too. I buy them to listen to, not to be just stared at behind glass. All kinds of awesome. Rock on. Artemis Toast out.